Hey class, and welcome. I just wanted to say, grab a seat, make yourself comfortable. Today we're going to do a few things a little bit different to start of this week. As you know, we've been talking about Indigenous knowledge and knowing, and we've talked about a lot of Indigenous spirituality and all of the things that pertain to our First People for Aboriginal studies. 10, 20, and 30. Since there's a mix of you here in this class, we're going to do it all together. And some of you grade 12 girls, you know who I'm talking to. You've had a sharing circle before. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing a sharing circle. I trust that a lot of you girls and guys have smudged downstairs in the circle room before the bell. If anybody hasn't, I'm giving you this time now to leave and go and do so. I feel like before we start this video, before we talk about a sharing circle, and just before we kind of talk about a little bit of the knowledge of our Indigenous people, we want to cleanse ourselves. We want to just kind of pray and ask Creator, God, to just kind of cleanse our bodies, our minds, and our souls, and just free us of anything that would kind of hinder us from learning today and from receiving today with the sharing circle. We'll go more into the details of a sharing circle before we start it. But first, what I want you to do, if there's anybody needs to go, you can go now and then just quietly come back into the classroom as I'm gonna start a video. I'll kind of be in and out of this area, so please grab your chairs, and as you see, there's kind of a semicircle kind of right here that's been made, so just kind of quietly bring your chairs up, sit in this circle, and once we begin the sharing circle, I will pass out this feather. Okay, so this is a feather that is going to be our talking feather. Okay, so I really need you guys to understand that this is very sacred. The time that we're gonna have together today, class, is gonna be about 40 minutes, and it's gonna be a very different time, a sacred time, a safe time, a place of sharing and caring, okay? I understand that a lot of you may have some unresolved maybe things that are needing some healing here. We do have an elder that is present, so we have given her protocol. We have thanked her for coming into class to sit with us. We thank you for honoring us with your presence. So we are just so grateful that you are here amongst us today. And we're just so grateful that we have elders in this school. So with that being said, class, please just sit, listen to the video. I will dim the lights just a little bit, but we won't dim them too much. So just have a quick listen, and we will go from there. Some of you grade 30 students, you've probably seen this video already, but just listen, and it's a great reminder of who we are as Indigenous people. Oops. 1 second, guys. Technical difficulties. That always happens when we're in school. So let's say if we didn't have a video, a smart board, what do you think we would do right now? If we were, back in the old days, where would we learn? Students, where do you think we would learn? You're right, on the land. So we would be out on the land. So please have a listen to this video. It's only 3 minutes long. Again, technical difficulties.
But there are a few. Native American culture is incredibly diverse, but there are a few things that you'll notice are common between many, many tribes. We carry a very special significance regarding our hair. I am Lakota and Anishinaabe. I am a journalist and a wellness advocate. So I grew up in North Dakota. I come from the Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa and from the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. I was sort of on this mission to prove to the world that as a Native woman, I could make it in any industry. But I quickly realized it actually wasn't possible for me to not work for my community. every single Native community's health has suffered due directly to impacts from colonialism. We were oppressed and our culture was repressed. We started the Well for Culture initiative to share ideas about Indigenous wellness. Well for Culture started out as a digital movement. Many different tribal communities invite us out to host workshops related to fitness and ancestral eating and all kinds of wellness conversations. We have the answers in our culture to be well and to heal. There's definitely a thriving Native American community in the Phoenix area.
We are tribal members of the Navajo Nation, Tlingit, and also Aleutian tribe from my mother.
Cherokee, Seneca, Cayuga, Wyandotte, Chippewa.
We take pride in our hair because it represents our nations, it represents our blood and who we are.
In the Navajo way, you're not supposed to cut your hair. It's very sacred. When they wrap it in a tied in a Navajo bun, all your thoughts are closest to your head.
There's a lot of different teachings about hair, but one of the most recognized is it holds your spirit and your knowledge.
In the Wallop Highway, when you have a family member that passes on, you cut your hair and you bury it with them.
We recognize how it's really a dynamic extension of not just our bodies, but really of our souls. My great-great-grandmother, she would never simply throw her hair away if it got caught on the brush. We would always burn it in a fire. When you put something in a fire, it is released back into the environment. Then we're showing it the respect that it deserves. As Native people, we're very good at recognizing holistic wellness. The spirit and the body are connected in deeper ways. Our hair carries power. It's a teaching that comes from our ancestors. How could I not continue a legacy of dedication and devotion to my people, my culture, my community? That's what drives me, that's what inspires me, and that's what I hope to pass on.
All right, students, so bring your chairs close. Okay? And so now I'm just going to go ahead and turn up the lights, students. As we enter into this kind of sacred, safe space, we want to be mindful of each other. So once I pass around the feather, as we will see here, it's going to be like our talking stick, okay? So, just a little history on sharing circles so that you know, in a circle, we are all equal, okay? No one in front of you, no one behind you, no one above you, and no one below you. So do you ever notice, kids, whenever we have ceremony or feast, that we're always on the ground? Nobody is ever above you, nobody's on a platform, because that's our way. As Indigenous people, that's our way. And even Indigenous people that walked this earth long before you or I were born was the same way. We were back on the land. So did you see the technical difficulties that started a little bit, just a couple seconds? Well, we wouldn't have had that if we were on the land. So just keep that in mind that, we got to roll with everything. We got to kind of go with the punches, so to speak. So sharing circles promote equality, trust, respect, honesty, dialogue, decision-making, and a sense of community. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is you're going to tell me a little bit, how did that video make you feel? So when you receive your feather, you each have 2 minutes to talk, okay? You cannot be interrupted. Nobody talk above them. When it's your turn specifically, then it's your turn to talk. So we just thank you, Creator. We invite you here to just be with us as we start this sharing circle. In this class, for the rest of this semester, we're going to be learning and diving into all kinds of Native spirituality. We're going to be diving into land-based learning, all of the things. So we're just so grateful that we're here and we're able to share today. If you don't want to share, you just say pass. Put your hand over your heart and you're just going to pass. Okay, students? So we're just going to start and I'm going to pass this now. All right, students, how was that? Good. I'm really glad that you enjoyed this time of ceremony. Before we leave, what we're going to do is everybody's going to get up. We're just going to shake it off. We're going to just give thanks. And we're just going to just say one word. Before we leave today, we're going to say one word and then I can let you go. Just one word. How did today make you feel? Okay, Sarah, peaceful. Yes? Becky? Yes, your heart is full. Rebecca, no words. Okay, so do you see how this can impact you greatly? A sharing circle is not just to sit and be quiet and listen to people talk. It's actually to share one's feelings. Okay, so thank you guys. We're just going to clean up, stack up the chairs. You're free to go. But one thing before we go, guys, for next class we are going to be coming together again in the circle. No sharing circle this time. However, we are going to come together and we're going to have a time of reflection. Okay, so that means you're going to have a little bit of homework. This is where I'm going to give you, yes, Miss West is going to give you homework. Thank you for reminding me of that. You are going to have homework. You're going to have a little essay, reflection essay, 500 words max. So you're just going to take that time next class and you're just going to do a little bit of homework. So as you go home, I want you to reflect on what you learned today. About the sharing circle, about the wellness video that we saw, about our Indigenous roots, our people, how prideful that we are as Indigenous people, okay? So I leave you with that, and I thank you for coming to class. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone.